This might be the best shot of Bolsonaro as a reptilian I've ever seen. There's a few from there. And then I wanted to discuss something else.
The seriousness of the crisis. So when President Bolsonaro compared
That one. And that one. Look at that. It looks like Living Dead or something. Anyway. If I go back now. Alright. So, this lady's a Robotoid. Most news anchors I've found are not real humans. Some are. I think some are. Right? But I don't know the percentage, maybe 30%, 70% are organic portals. Definitely. If not a way, way higher percentage like 80 or 90. But most news anchors are organic portal Robotoids. So see my videos on that. That's the old... Some people might call that a timeline, but it's really the old universe. And, you know, now there's upgradable androids and they have a different energy. Not quite as exactly like the energy of Robotoid. Like the first robots that came out would make squealing noises as they move their arm or something, like weird noises. The most Robotoid imagination of a Robotoid that you think of. You know, they're very stereotypical. This lady is one of them. I also showed another one, remember, it was a World Health Organization lady, the black lady, and the way she was talking and blinking was like the most supreme example I've ever found of a Robotoid. I did that video a few months ago. It was just too epic. She was an AI Robotoid. They're all a little bit different. So this one is very Robotoid. Watch the movements of her, and she even nods her head when the guy only merely mentions the word mayor or governor or something. Mayor and governors. She's talking to a guy from Brazil about the coronavirus is really bad there. But that's not the point. The point is, watch the body language of her being a Matrix prop. You can see that she's embedded in the background. It's very interesting to look dimensionally at this. Some people have said when, like, you're just out walking on the street, whatever, that you can see these people in there like a little bubble. It's literally you seeing them from a fifth dimensional arena or higher dimension, right, than their little third dimensional bubble. And it's like they look like they're bogged down in matter, right, and they don't have as many frames. They've got less frames to their movement. Like when you create a game in Adobe Flash or something, you have frames, the frame rate. They have less frames. Anyway, watch her, very robotic, very like social norm programming, very programming nature. Like she's, you know, what young Robotoids would look up to and go, okay, that's how I'm meant to act in order to fit in their energetic flow. And that's what I'm saying. They have a completely different energetic flow to us real humans. So anybody who thinks I'm an NPC has no idea what they're talking about. You can just see, like when I talk even, anytime I'm on the screen or anything, you should be able to see this. Otherwise, if you can't, that means you're not conscious in that dimension, doesn't it? Yeah, by default. And what have I been talking about this whole time? Organic portals are only lower dimensional. The NPC to the idea of the fourth dimensional master or dark master organic portal, all the way through. They're in lower energies. They're more mucky, more stuck. Anyway, this one is like kind of like the clunky second dimensional sort of energy, this lady, and it's just very robotic, very Robotoid movements. And watch when she even nods to like him saying the word mayor or governor, like authority power figure, right? The Matrix wants to hold its structure, delivers the code down from presumably the demons and stuff all the way down through the social structure, right? And this, obviously TV and the news is like, we all know, a massive brainwashing tool because it gets to so many people, and these NPCs and organic portals, they're wired to obey, right? They're wired to obey to the system, and so it doesn't matter what these people do or say, they just go, okay, well, that's what I have to accept. They're spiritless, they just accept it. Now watch her anyway. She's a Robotoid.
For the coronavirus, how is he recovering, and to what extent is he and his administration responsible for the severity of Brazil's outbreak?
See her movements?
What the experts say is that there's a lack of national coordination in Brazil, so the efforts of the governors and mayors are really hindered by the Bolsonaro presidency.
I skipped over the part. Let's go back.
What the experts say is that there's a lack of national coordination in Brazil, so
look at her blinking.
the efforts of the governors and mayors
just look how she
are
is.
really hindered by the Bolsonaro presidency.
Super stiff. Alright, now look for what I said.
Of Brazil's outbreak.
So she's really stiff, in case you couldn't hear me just then. See how she's really stiff and robotic moving, and then watch for the little nod just for him saying authority figure names mayor or governor, he says.
And Mauricio, as we've reported, Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro tested positive for the coronavirus. How is he recovering, and to what extent is he and his administration responsible for the severity of Brazil's outbreak?
What the experts say is that there's a lack of national coordination in Brazil, so the efforts of the governors and mayors are really hindered by the Bolsonaro presidency.
You see it?
Disbelief in the seriousness are really hindered by the Bolsonaro presidency. That there's a lack of national coordination in Brazil, so the efforts of the governors and mayors are really hindered by the Bolsonaro presidency.
See, she goes for a nod.
Disbelief in the seriousness of the crisis. So when President Bolsonaro
look at him there. He's a reptilian.
More people started going out.
Yeah, he's definitely a reptilian. Anyway, I just wanted to say mainly this video was about that most news anchors, in my opinion, are either Robotoid. It seems the majority are Robotoid. I don't know. This is very arbitrary numbers, and I mean, I'm only going off what I've seen. But obviously, I'd be shown maybe a little bit more of these examples. So it's possible I have a little bit extra bias, but there's something like, a large percentage Robotoid, maybe 40%. And then there's like reptilians, another 20% or something. So a little bit less, right? It's like 20-30% or something. A little bit less than the Robotoid. So the majority of all news anchor people, presenter people, are most of them are Robotoid, and then reptilian, and then there's a fair few insectoids or insectoids, insects, alien insect organic portal people. Yes, that is a real thing. You've got to see the resonance of these people. Can you see auras? Can you see the energy of people? Well, I'm a shaman. I can see somehow their future state is what I believe it to be. I believe it to be their future state. Somehow I can see that. See up through time into their soul template. Now remember, soul is, the informational grids of this matrix. So we are spirits if we're from outside of this. and that's more energetic portion that enlivens the soul grids, or you can say that spirits incarnate on behalf of soul.